He's out of the lobby. So it was a setup. It was a setup, bro. Setup, setup, setup.
Now we can say that Tupac's father has a history of being a Black Panther, so the mind of a revolutionary is a very, very, very funny thing. We question everything. We don't believe anything we see. If you tell us that the sky is blue, we're gonna think that you have some type of special effect that you're showing us. We're thinking that you're really making it blue, so you don't reveal that it's really green or black. Maybe the sky's ebony. Maybe the sky's really not blue. Maybe you want us to think it's blue. That's the mind of a revolutionary right there. That's the mind of somebody who's been failed by the system so much, disappointed by the system so much that we just can't believe anything we see because we know how the game goes. Especially when you start learning about COINTELPRO, when you start learning about double agents, when you start learning about the guy who's your friend is really being paid by the other side to be your friend. They wrote out a whole manual for him. The manual says, this is what this guy likes. Benjamin or Samuel, he likes to eat chocolate candy. He likes to smoke weed. He likes light skinned girls. He loves his mother. We're going to give you a scientific manual on how to gain his emotional loyalty. We're going to teach you how to become his friend. We're going to teach you how to get him to be committed to you because we've studied this individual and we know what he likes, we know what he doesn't like. We studied him for years. Now here's the manual. This is how you become his friend. These are the things you talk about. These are the things you do with him. This is how you bond with him. And really, once you bond with him and he considers you his friend, we're gonna step in. And then we got it. Then we got his mind. That's how COINTELPRO works. Why do you think that Patrice Lumumba, if you don't know who he is, when Ghana first became a free country, when the imperialists, the Europeans first decided, the Belgians, the Congo, I'm sorry, when the Congo first became free from Belgium, okay, Patrice Lumumba was assassinated, and he only was in office for a few weeks. He was a young man. He was probably like 30 years old. He was the elected leader of the Congo. The Congo people said, now that you people who have been occupying our country for all of these years are gone, we want this young black guy named Patrice Lumumba to become president of our country. So what did the Belgians do? They were pissed off because losing their empire, losing their slave base, they enslaved these people for hundreds of years. Hundreds of years. So what did they do? They sent Patrice Lumumba friends. And he fought with these friends for years and years. He thought they were his friends. He thought that they were down for the struggle. He thought that they were against the European powers that took over his country hundreds of years ago, the Belgians. He thought that they were all about freedom, being independent, a black man being in control of his own destiny. But the Belgians and the Americans and the Brits, the secret services of these powerful countries, sent him a bunch of guys to pretend to be down for the cause, only so that they can track his every move. Why do you think they killed him in the way that they did? And once they killed him, they took their masks off, and it was revealed that his own friends, the guys that he had been struggling with for years and years, the guys who he had been glued to, we're going to fight for our freedom. The Congo has been occupied by the Belgians for hundreds of years. They used to chop off our hands if we didn't produce enough income for them. King Leopold used to own the Congo by himself, and he's an individual. He was just one white man, but the Congo was his own personal possession. And the Belgian government knew that was so terrible that they had to change it and make it a government possession. But it used to, but the Congo, as big as it is, way bigger than Belgium, used to belong to one individual. King Leopold owned it. It was like his own little pool, swimming pool. Like he owned a house. He owned the Congo. So the Belgian government said, that looks very bad for a white king to own an entire country. So let's make the government own it instead. And that way we can at least make it look like we're trying to Christianize these people and civilize them. But really it's enslave. And his own people killed him weeks after he won the election. Weeks after. His own homies. The guy standing in these pictures with him, man. Plotting on him. Tracking his every move. Reporting it to the Belgians. Reporting it to the CIA. And then when they finally was ready to make their move, they X'd him out the picture. They tied him up, put him on the back of a truck, and they took their masks off and said, Patrice, we were never with you from the start, brother. We always worked for the CIA. We always worked for the Belgians. We don't want to be free. That's too hard. If we become free, they're going to stop supporting us. But if they can keep a hand in running our government, we can get money. They'll pay us a whole bunch of money if they can be in control from the background. We can look like we're in control on Front Street, on a stage, but behind the curtains, they're really in control. That's easier. If we be in control by ourselves, Patrice, they're not going to support us on the world stage. We're going to have to get it out the mud. Congo's going to have to develop on its own with no support from the powerful countries. That's too hard. So you got to die. Peace.